Speak. Hail, good citizen. How can I be of...
Hello there. It's an honor to finally meet you. When I heard you were in town, I just had to send for your help. Your reputation precedes you. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Seridur. Likewise. Sorry to send Gillen's wife to get you in that manner, but it seems safer if we weren't seen on the streets right now. If you'll come with me. Splendid. Watch your step. I'm Silben Dolavas, assistant and bodyguard to Seridur. Let's leave it at that.
I'm honored by your... Hear out Seridur first, then we'll speak.
Nice to meet you. Welcome. You're now in the sanctuary of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. Few outside our circle have ever set foot in our hallowed hall. We are, for lack of a better word, defenders. We guard the city from an infestation that plagues it. We are vampire hunters. I'm sure you are familiar with these despicable beings, feeding on the innocent as if they were cattle. Well, this group was formed to combat them. Alas, we are but 3 old men, not able to match the fighting prowess of a vampire. We lack the strength to defeat them in battle. Our goal is to root out the vampires that live in our fair city. So far, we've been unsuccessful finding one. Until now. It's come to the Order's attention that Temple District resident Roland Genseric is a vampire and has already claimed one victim. That's where you come in. We want you to slay this vampire and cleanse the city of his filth before he can feed or kill again. A few nights ago, I was roaming the city as I often do, looking for any signs of a vampire. As I headed past Roland's house, I heard a cry. I rushed into the back garden to find Roland struggling with a woman he'd been courting. I tried to intervene, but he was too strong. He threw his lover to the ground and turned his attention on me. Luckily, I managed to run back into the street and escape his grasp. I hid for a while and then returned to the garden. Roland was gone, and the woman was dead. She had 2 puncture marks on the nape of her neck. That's when I realized he was a vampire. The Order needs you to track him and destroy him. I would start by searching his home. He hasn't been there for days, so it should be safe. Return to us here if you have questions. We meet at night. Vampires are nasty creatures. They drink the blood of others to conceal their true nature. Such trickery makes them difficult to find. You may ask Gillen Norvallo or Greythroat about these creatures as well. They've learned much. His home is located in the Temple District, right across the garden from my home, in fact. Ironic, isn't it? Who knows when Roland may strike again? You must hurry. My knowledge is at your disposal. Roland was always a quiet man. It was only recently he'd met that young lady. Poor girl. We must avenge her death. It's said that the bite of a vampire has the chance of infecting the victim. If this occurs, they'll become a vampire in a few days. Be cautious. Vampires are clever, so watch your back.
How can I be of service? If you're looking to buy cheap... Roland was very much the loner. He never married and was rarely seen outside his house. I'm surprised his secret wasn't discovered sooner. A vampire cannot exist in the daylight for long. As the sun's rays strike his flesh, it will burn as if on fire. Be ever vigilant. Vampires are creatures of deceit.
What? I'm Silber.
Go take your break. My
Tidings, citizen. Have you ever seen Irene Metric? Jenna Sintav. I have a house with... The Sintav clan is very close. We watch out for each other. There's a new ship, more... Justia Sin... The feedback... I'm sick of all this fighting with the 80... Farewell.
The prey.
It is good to see. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. A fine trap. You drive a... A good price for a good customer. That's a good... You drive. That's it. You got a good price for a... A fine transaction. That's a... A good price for a good... Tell your... Please. Return soon.
What do you need? Look.
Go away. I know what you're here for. Just leave me alone. Vampires? Why would you ask me about those filthy creatures? That bastard! Seridor dares accuse me of being a vampire? Me? Ha! He's the one who is the vampire. I can't believe him. I knew he would try and pin this on me. If only I could get my hands on him. I'm sorry. I've been hiding up here in this cabin and I've forgotten my manners. Try and understand. I loved her. I'd never harm her. Ralphina was the love of my life. For the first time I had a positive outlook. Then I saw Seridor looking at her with those coveting eyes. When she started taking walks in the garden at night, I became suspicious. I didn't want to lose her. I should have trusted her. Oh, Ralphina. Yes, I must let someone else know. That night, I decided to follow Ralphina. I wanted to see where she went on her walks. When she stopped in the garden and Seridor stepped out of the shadows, my heart sank. Then suddenly he was upon her. She seemed entranced as he wrapped his arms around her and sank his teeth into her neck. I burst from my hiding place and attacked Seridor. He became startled for a moment and tossed Ralphina aside. She fell to the ground, and I heard a sickening crack as her head struck a stone. I was no equal to Seridor. He knocked me down in one quick movement. As I lost consciousness, I saw him laugh and then run away. Now I know why he didn't finish me that night. He wanted to cast suspicions on me instead. I panicked. By the time I awoke, her body was gone. I knew Seridor was a respected member of the community. They'd never believe he was a vampire. I retreated here to the cabin to collect my thoughts. I suppose you must decide what to do. Are you going to kill me? Thank you. I'm happy you gave me a chance to explain. As you know, the vampire can't remain in sunlight. I'd wager that you'll never see Seridor outside during that time of day. I know about Seridor and his secret order. What better way for a vampire to hide than to pretend he hunts them? You may want to speak to Virtuous at the first edition bookshop in the market district of the city. I know he goes there occasionally. I doubt that he's told Gillen and Grace Road anything, but you could always try. Remain leery of Seridor. He's much more cunning than you may suspect.
Greetings, Redguard.
You children are starving.
Well met.
Please.
Good afternoon. What do you... Farewell.
What? This is the only bookstore in the city. There's also Renoir's books in Coral, Machna's in Cheydinhall, and Southern Books in Leywin. I'm not really at liberty to discuss my customers with strangers. Go ahead. Well done. Is that... Don't talk such rot. Not now. You can't... I like that a lot. Well done. Your weight... I like that a lot. Not now, not later, not ever. Sarader? He comes in from time to time. Usually it's when he's out shopping. He always comes in with a large amount of travel food in his bag. Then sometimes he buys a few books. I asked him once about it, and he said that he goes out of the city on business trips. I think I overheard him once mention Memorial Cave to another patron of mine, but he never talked to me about it directly. Yes, it's outside of the Imperial City. I heard it's a place where many of the heroes from past wars are buried. Sort of a subterranean graveyard. I just assumed Sarader had a relative that died and is buried there. Not many people go out there anymore, as the route is dangerous. But Sarader's a stubborn one. Takes integrity for a man to risk his own life to honor the fallen. I admire him for that. I looked it up once in an old atlas I had in stock. Here, let me mark it on your map. Good day.
Antus Vannon, retired. Sleep late. We'll see. What? You good one. Good one. What? You're wasting your breath. That's sure. What? Gracious. What a hero. Sure. Not my life. You can't scare me. That's pretty good. Not gracious. What a hero. You can't scare me. What? Gracious. You're good one. Take care.
What do you want? I'm listening. Don't. You isolate. That's just not funny. That's just... Don't. You've got... My life is drab and wretched by comparison. You've... Gracious. What a dumb joke. Don't try to manipulate me. What a dumb joke. Not... I won't fight you. Farewell.
Bud, I need your... No!
You fool! You fool! Did you really think that I'm surprised to see you here? I let you find me. What better place to get rid of you than all the way out here? No messy bodies left behind. No evidence. I was sloppy last time with Roland's lover, and I won't make the same mistake twice. After I'm through with you, I'll find Roland and finish what I started. I knew hiring you was a mistake, but I had to keep up appearances. The damned Order insisted we get you into the picture. I think after I'm done with Roland, Gillen and Greythroat will have to be dealt with. Quite a list of things to do. Wouldn't you say? Well, enough of my monologue. Time to feed.
Can you spare a coin?
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. I would make that deal with... I appreciate... BC, it's my pleasure. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit. That's more. You got a great deal there. That's a fair deal. That's a good deal. That's it. You drive a hard... That's... You've made... You've made... An excellent bargain. A good price? A good price for a good customer. A fine transaction. Be seeing you.